Okay, the first 4 bars of the head, you notice I've got it all in a third position because I don't have any open notes. I don't really like open notes when I play heads on a bass because open notes sound way different than fretted notes, and you want a consistent sound, and to do that I use all fretted notes. Also, a fretted note will let you control the duration of the note, so you can cut it off a little short or a little, legato, and you get to choose with your left hand how long you want that note to last. So, like the first 2 notes, for instance, you can do a little lift with your left hand. Also, hammer-ons and pull-offs sound more consistent, so you get to use some articulation choices when you use all fretted notes, and they sound really smooth like that. Here's the first 4 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4. Practice slow with a metronome at first, and be sure and get everything nice and clean. Don't let any open notes ring out. Just one note at a time. Make it sound like a wind instrument almost. Okay, the next 4 bars have considerations you need to take special care of. It starts off enough like the last bar. Right, you get that phrase again, then. But then you have this little shift up here that you go to the 5th fret. So what I do there is use 1, 2, and 3 to get those notes all in a row, and then the pinky for the B flat, and then I use my 3rd finger on the 7th fret and slide it to the 6th. Also notice that 6th fret, that A flat, should be a short note. I just forgot to write in the articulation there. So when you slide to it, lift off of it so it's not too long. Here's a whole example. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, take care of the fingering on this one. I start off in 5th position and get all that lick. End up in 6th by the end of that. And then right here, I slide into the 5th fret with my 2nd finger and then play like that on the E and A strings. Then I finish it off. Altogether it goes like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. My best piece of advice for learning a walking bass line is to learn it without using any open notes. This is so you can keep everything as much in one position as possible and learn to move it up and down the neck. So for instance, this is a B flat blues. If you want to play A blues, you could just play down a fret, or B blues, you could play it up a fret eventually. So once you know the patterns under your fingers, with arpeggios and the scales you need to walk the bass, it's much easier to play like that. Let's take a look at what I have going on in my fingering. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, once again, notice in this bridge section I have everything without open notes except for one spot. Look, 2 measures from the end. Since I know I'm going to come up and play that low F, what I do is I shift positions and go ahead and use those open notes there, because I know I'm going to have to play that F on the low first fret. So check out how I would get there. I would use that third to last measure, right? Or no, it'd be right here. And then I slide down right there to open position. Here's the whole example. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the etude finishes with another 12-bar blues chorus. Notice I've fingered this one all in a higher position with no open notes, so it can be easily transferred to another key. One thing you may want to do when you get done, kind of getting this under your fingers, is take, a measure or two at a time and just play it up a fret or so. So like play it over and over, and every time you play it, move it up or down a fret. So the first 2 measures, you could do something like this. And then go up a fret. It's a good exercise. So here's the example as written. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, use the following track with backing drums and guitar to really tighten up your bass etude here. Keep the time really good. Let it sink in with the track. Don't rush or drag. Make sure you only have one note going on at a time so it sounds melodic and doesn't sound all muddy. Learn the stuff without the open notes. Try to get up in a higher position so you can learn how to transpose this stuff to other keys eventually. Don't cheat, and go for it.